Hello, back here for another video. It is March 8th, 2026, 3:13 p.m., much earlier than the usual video time on this channel. That is because I want to lock in, I want to get my sleep schedule right. I think that's affecting so many other things in my life. So I'm going to be cutting back on coffee, sticking to 3 a day max, which already sounds like way too much coffee. See, I have like lines under my eyes. Really, it's been unhealthy not getting good sleep. So I'm going to make a commitment to sleep earlier, be totally in bed by 11 o'clock, and be up early by around 6:30 to just get good momentum going into the day. Some other messages. Happy birthday to cousin Jack. My cousin Jack. I don't know if he watches these videos. I know someone related to him does. So very happy birthday to my cousin. Take that Oculus off. Go touch some grass, kid. You're going to need it. Jesus Christ. But I love you, and you're going to be a great man regardless of this cook generation that you are a part of. So you'll be fine. Just trust in the Lord. Dreams Speedrun versus Six Hunters just came out. That's a Minecraft YouTuber, if you didn't know. And it's an hour, 9 minutes. So as soon as it's done, I'm going to go watch that and relax. But my hair is kind of messed up. Maybe I'll take a shower first because I don't know, gotta be looking nice while you're watching the dream video. Not while you're doing a YouTube recording, who cares about that? Your hair can look as destroyed as this. Anyway, let's get into Exodus chapter 21. I think we're on? Yep. It's called Hebrew Servants. Okay. These are the laws you are to set before them. Hebrew servants. If you buy a Hebrew servant, he is to serve you for 6 years, but in the 7th year he shall go free, without paying anything. If he comes alone, he is to go free alone. But if he has a wife, when he comes, she is to go with him. If his master gives him a wife, and she bears him sons or daughters, the woman and her children shall belong to her master, and only the man shall go free. But if the servant declares, I love my master and my wife and children, and do not want to go free, then his master must take him before the judges. He shall take him to the door or the doorpost and pierce his ear with an awl. Then he will be his servant for life. If a man sells his daughter as a servant, she is not to go free as male servants do. If she does not please the master who has selected her for himself, he must let her be redeemed, but he has no right to sell her to foreigners, because he has broken faith with her. If he selects her for his son, he must grant her the rights of a daughter. If he marries another woman, he must not deprive the first one of her food, clothing, and marital rights. If he does not provide her with these 3 things, she is to go free, without any payment of money. Personal injuries. Anyone who strikes a person with a fatal blow is to be put to death. However, if it is not done intentionally, but God lets it happen, they are to flee to a place I will designate. But if anyone schemes and kills someone deliberately, that person is to be taken from my altar and put to death. Anyone who attacks their father or mother is to be put to death. Anyone who kidnaps someone is to be put to death, whether the victim has been sold or is still in the kidnapper's possession. Anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. If people quarrel and one person hits another with a stone or with their fist, and the victim does not die but is confined to bed, the one who struck the blow will not be held liable if the other can get up and walk around outside with a staff. However, the guilty party must pay the injured person for any loss of time and see that the victim is completely healed. Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result. But they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or 2, since the slave is their property. If people are fighting and hit a pregnant woman, and she gives birth prematurely, but there is no serious injury, the offender must be fined whatever the woman's husband demands and the court allows. But if there is serious injury, you are to take life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. An owner who hits a male or female slave in the eye and destroys it must let the slave go free to compensate for the eye. And an owner who knocks out the tooth of a male or female slave must let the slave go free to compensate for the tooth. If a bull gores a man or woman to death, and the bull is to be stoned to death, and its meat must not be eaten. But the owner of the bull will not be held responsible. If, however, the bull had the habit of goring, and the owner has been warned but has not kept it penned up, and it kills a man or woman, the bull is to be stoned, and its owner also is to be put to death. However, if payment is demanded, the owner may redeem his life by the payment of whatever is demanded. This law also applies if the bull gores a son or daughter. If the bull gores a male or female slave, the owner must pay 30 shekels of silver to the master of the slave, and the bull is to be stoned to death. If anyone uncovers a pit or digs one and fails to cover it, and an ox or donkey falls into it, the one who opened the pit must pay the owner for the loss and take the dead animal in exchange. If anyone's bull injures someone else's bull and it dies, the two parties are to sell the live one and divide both the money and the dead animal equally. However, if it was known that the bull had a habit of goring, yet the owner did not keep it penned up, the owner must pay animal for animal and take the dead animal in exchange. Okay, that was chapter 21. Instantly what stands out to me is this does not sound at all like the new covenant or the message of Jesus, which is to turn the other cheek. It literally says you are to take life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, and bruise for bruise. So thank God Jesus came, and we live in the new covenant where instead we are to be put to death. Spiritually, physically, we're to surrender everything and not take up arms against our oppressors. That is, so I guess we can see the interesting comparison between the old message and the new one. Regardless, I mean, the Old Testament still has lots of value, and I don't think, like, some people will dismiss it entirely because of the conflicting messages. But Jesus even says that the old texts are to be respected and that they are God's word, part of the Bible, just as what he said was in the New Testament. And beyond with Paul's letters and the predictions of John and Revelation and all the other books after Jesus that were written after him, I should say. All right, well, that's it for this video. I'm, again, looking forward to watching that Dream Minecraft video. It should be fun. And I have a basketball game at 7:30. Hopefully it goes well and we win. I think this game is winnable. So hope your boy drops some buckets. All right. It's daytime. Have a blessed day. It's nighttime or evening. Have a blessed evening/night. God be with you. God bless.